Are intended to fortify our sense of being by integrating our brain hemispheres, strengthening the connection between our minds and our bodies, and actively attending to our present experiences, all of which promote a sense of wholeness and act as a buffer against our society's typical activities. Today, we will focus on actively attending to the sensations and experiences of compassion towards self and other. I ask you all to find a comfortable position wherever you may be. That might mean closing the blinds, turning down the lights, resting your feet flat on the floor, placing your hands on your thighs, or simply sitting on the ground. The important thing is to make your space as comfortable as possible and make it yours. Now, close your eyes or employ a soft gaze. As you allow your eyes to gently close, tune into your body and make any necessary adjustments. It can be helpful to remember our intentions of both ease and awareness. Sit in a way that feels comfortable but allows you to be alert. Begin to breathe deeply in a manner that engages your belly. This type of mindful breathing signals to our bodies that we are relaxed, which in turn calms our minds. Since our minds and bodies are interconnected, this cycle builds on itself. Notice your belly rise and fall as you continue to breathe. As fallible beings, we all fail to reach our aims and complete our tasks from time to time. But we often have little patience for ourselves when this occurs. We make quick, unquestionable assumptions, such as, I should have done that, as if the achievement of the goal ought to have been inevitable. And we experience negatively valenced emotions like guilt and shame as a result. Why is this belief so compelling? In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, we are often more focused on product than process. It seems it isn't as important how things get done as long as they get done. And we feel a lot of pressure in this process, rightly so. How do we know product is not more valuable than process? This is an absolutist belief that can be easily challenged. There is no space for learning in these assumptions. When we say we should have done something, we signify that we should have already known how to do it, and that learning and the consideration of alternative approaches are unnecessary. How do we ever learn? Why isn't the learning process valuable? How can we be so sure about the value of the aim when we are unwilling to be receptive to alternatives? Absolutist statements also fail to take other contextualizing information into account. We all have many demands each day, and they cannot receive equal weight and attention. Some are simply worth more than others, depending on our situations. They only seem to have equal weight when we look at them in isolation. In short, when we condemn ourselves based on rigid beliefs, we are buying into the left hemisphere's confident view of the world as it deconstructs, isolates, and forms generalizations from narrow abstractions. Remember, the left hemisphere doesn't know what it doesn't know, so it thinks it has all the answers. We, of course, are always operating off of limited information due to our limited capacities. Therefore, the necessity of compassion does not lie in the fact that it makes us and others feel better, though that is an important byproduct. It's more crucial than that. The processes that underlie condemnation are constricted and inhibitive, since they constitute a one-sided view. When we practice self-compassion, we are actually seeing the world in a different, more contextualized, and nuanced way. We are receiving input from the right hemisphere's view of the world. We are appreciating its complexity, which can significantly influence our broader experiences. As we practice, take note of any experiences that arise, as they might inform you of your deeper beliefs. Again, in this practice, we'll be cultivating compassion. The intention is to have an open heart that is supportive and understanding. And this applies to self and extends to others. Let's start by bringing to mind a time in your life where you experienced a sense of kindness, warmth, or connection with another person or being. It could be that you felt kindness toward another person, or that you felt that person's warmth and love directed toward you. You may remember the unconditional love you have felt in the eyes of a beloved pet. You may recall a special time with someone and the way you felt in that moment. You may remember a moment of fondness toward a young child or a teacher or neighbor who smiled warmly whenever they saw you. You might recollect a time when you were generous to another person or when someone was kind to you. Allow yourself to imagine that experience or feeling in that moment. As you remember this experience, notice how you feel in your body. See if you can notice what you are presently experiencing with an attitude of curiosity as you engage in this practice of compassion. Next, bring to mind the image of someone you care about, have warm feelings toward, or toward whom you feel a sense of positive connection. Can you picture this person's or animal's eyes during an instance when they warmed your heart? What does their face look like? What do they sound like in that moment? As best you can, try to get an image or sense of that person in your mind's eye. You might imagine you're with that person, like a fly on the wall as they go about their daily activities. Or you might imagine they are here with you. Now, we will begin to wish this being well by extending words of kindness to them. I'll be offering some phrases as guidance, and you are welcome to use these phrases or choose whatever words you would like to express your wishes of love or kindness towards this being in your mind's eye. Using these phrases or ones of your choosing, silently repeat to yourself, may you be well. May you be kind to yourself. May you be understanding. May you be seen. Imagine this person did not reach their aims for the day. Would you offer them the same should statements you might offer yourself? If there's a difference, why does it feel justified? We will add more context to the previous statements. Allow yourself to connect with the emotional intent of these phrases as you say, may you be well and bring your best self to the world. May you be kind to yourself. This was also a chance to learn. May you be understanding. The world is complicated. May you be seen. I acknowledge your whole being and I still care. Now, gradually let any imagery fade away. Actively attend to what is present for you as you sit here in this space where you are. Appreciate the sounds around you, the light, the air touching your skin. Acknowledge that you've been doing something skillful in the last few minutes as you've been consciously cultivating an attitude of compassion towards others. Notice once more the feeling of your body resting here with any feelings of warmth or kindness that may have emerged. What would it be like to offer this compassion to yourself? Would it be easier or more difficult? We will take a moment to do just that. Imagine a time when you let yourself down. Recognize the feelings that are associated with that experience. Perhaps instead of saying, I should have done that, stating, I wanted to do that, but life was more complicated at the time is more appropriate. Treat yourself as if you are someone you are responsible for helping. We are often more compassionate towards others than we are toward ourselves. Extend wishes of kindness and warmth toward yourself as if you were a person you care about. When you say, may you be well and bring your best self to the world. May you be kind to yourself. This was also a chance to learn. May you be understanding. The world is complicated. May you be seen. I acknowledge your whole being and I still care. When you are ready, bring yourself back to the room. Open your eyes or harden your gaze. If you found this to be difficult today, I challenge you to pay careful attention to your beliefs and how they affect your experiences. If it was easier to be compassionate to the other rather than yourself, or vice versa, that is also worth exploring. We are pursuing self understanding as we experience being in its totality. As always, I will open up the room for any voluntary expressions of experience. Thank you all for your time. Mariah is providing a feedback survey in the chat box if you wouldn't mind filling that out as we close today.